Jeff Bezos was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But his beginning was nothing like the world-changing entrepreneur people know today. His biological father, Ted Jorgensen, was a teenager, completely unprepared for the responsibilities of life. His mother, Jacqueline, was only 17, still in high school, trying to survive the pressure of becoming a parent before she was even an adult herself. Their lives were filled with confusion, financial struggles, and emotional uncertainty. No one at that time could imagine that the little boy born into this unstable world would later shape the future of global business. When Jeff was still very young, his mother met a man who changed everything, Miguel Mike Bezos. Mike was a Cuban immigrant who came to America with nothing except hope, courage, and the willingness to work hard. He adopted Jeff, gave him the Bezos name, and most importantly, gave him stability, discipline, and love. From a very young age, Jeff's curiosity was extraordinary. At age 3, he even tried to dismantle his own crib using a screwdriver. He loved building small gadgets from old parts, reading science magazines, and imagining how the world worked. His family moved to Houston, Texas, where Mike worked as an engineer at Exxon. This environment helped Jeff's love for technology grow stronger. Teachers noticed his unusual intelligence early. He always asked questions others never thought of. To Jeff, every problem was simply a mystery waiting to be solved. Later, the family moved to Miami, where Jeff attended Miami Palmetto Senior High School. There, he excelled in science, becoming the valedictorian of his class. Even as a teenager, he was thinking like an entrepreneur. He created a small educational summer camp called the Dream Institute, where he taught younger kids about space and science. After school, Jeff went to Princeton University, studying electrical engineering and computer science. Princeton was tough, full of brilliant students, but Jeff thrived. He graduated with high honors in 1986. After graduation, he worked at several important companies: Fitel, Bankers Trust, and finally D.E. Shaw, a highly respected hedge fund. At D.E. Shaw, Jeff's rise was astonishing. He became the youngest senior vice president in the company. But something was happening in the world, something huge, something most people couldn't see yet: the internet. In the early 1990s, the internet was new and confusing, a strange technology many didn't take seriously. But Jeff noticed a shocking statistic. Internet usage was growing at 2,300% per year. That number shook him inside. It felt like a message from the future. He kept thinking, if I don't try something now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Jeff made a list of 20 ideas for online businesses. One stood out: an online bookstore. A bookstore that could hold millions of books, more than any physical store could. This idea felt big. It felt right. And even though leaving his safe, high-paying job was risky, Jeff decided to follow the dream. Even his boss told him, kindly, "This is a good idea, but maybe not for someone who already has a good career." But Jeff didn't want a safe life. He wanted a meaningful one. So in 1994, Jeff and his wife Mackenzie drove from New York to Seattle in their old car. Jeff typed out his business plan during the drive. In Seattle, he started Amazon in a small rented house. The garage became the first Amazon office. He built desks from cheap wooden doors, hired a tiny team, and started preparing for launch. He named the company Amazon, inspired by the world's largest river, because he wanted his store to become the largest bookstore on Earth. On July 16, 1995, Amazon launched. On the first day, they received only a few orders, but Jeff and his team celebrated like they had won the world. Within a month, Amazon was selling books in all 50 U.S. states and 45 countries. But success didn't come easily. The team worked insanely hard. They packed boxes by hand, raced to meet shipping deadlines, dealt with website crashes, and survived many sleepless nights. Jeff was demanding, but he was also inspiring. His leadership was built on one belief: focus on the customer and everything else will follow. Amazon soon expanded from books to music, movies, electronics, and almost everything people wanted to buy. In 1997, Amazon went public. But then, disaster struck. The dot-com bubble burst in the early 2000s. Many internet companies collapsed. Amazon's stock fell by more than 90%. Critics mocked Jeff. Analysts said Amazon would die.
But Jeff refused to give up. He kept repeating to his team, "We are not here to be average. We are here to be legendary." Slowly, Amazon rose again. Jeff introduced features no one had seen before: customer reviews, one-click buying, personalized recommendations, and eventually Amazon Prime. Then came his boldest idea: Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Even Amazon's own employees doubted it at first, but AWS ended up transforming the entire tech world, becoming one of the most profitable and powerful cloud computing platforms ever created. Amazon went beyond shopping. They launched the Kindle and changed how people read. They built Echo and Alexa, moved into streaming, groceries, fashion, and became a part of everyday life. Jeff bought the Washington Post and helped bring it back to success. He created Blue Origin, a private space company built to help humanity expand beyond Earth. Every risk, every failure, and every comeback shaped Jeff into a visionary who never stopped exploring what was possible. Over time, Jeff Bezos became one of the richest people in the world, but behind the wealth, his philosophy remained simple: focus on customers, take bold risks, and never stop learning. His life is the story of a boy who loved science, raised by a hardworking mother and a father who came to America with nothing. A story of a young man who left comfort to chase a dream. A story of failures, courage, innovation, and persistence. And even today, Jeff Bezos represents the power of imagination and the belief that the future belongs to those who dare to ask, what if?